Let's do it. So,
Oh, goody.
in any case, first I gotta praise you, man. You've been doing your workouts, you've been pushing hard, you've been going for it, man, and it's awesome. Like I see you putting in the effort and the work every day, and crazy proud of you, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. And I see you also going back to like, listen, the thing that we said is most important, which is growing that beard out. So I'm really proud of you there too. Keep it going. Keep it going. It's looking good.
Yeah.
But for real, man, we see you doing the workouts. You're showing up, you're doing the work, and you're pushing yourself to grow and get not just, you know, more intelligent or emotionally stronger or, mental workouts, but you're also doing the physical part, which is also showing your health mentally. It's showing like I've
Yeah.
worked on my mind, and this means I also find a connection to working on my body. You're doing both. And so I'm super proud of you, man. Like from where we started, even just last year to now, like it's a different dude, completely different guy.
Yeah.
Now let's talk.
July 1st is my anniversary. July
Really?
1st is the anniversary. Yep.
Man, it's been
I looked
almost
at
a
my
year, huh?
I looked at my text messages with you, and July 1st was that one text you sent me on a Friday night, right as I was getting off of work, and I was actually cleaning my small rig and my truck, and you told me to get in. So
What kind
okay,
of guy
yeah,
were you back then? If you're looking at your old messages or even your old TikTok, what kind of guy were you then?
I was drunk, depressed, sad, uh, anxiety ridden, didn't give a fuck about work, hated my job. Honestly, fuck life, would rather kill myself than live the life that I was living. Now, looking, going from that to now, I mean, some days it's kind of hard to actually see my growth, but I've been, everybody's been saying stuff to me, and so what I've actually been having to like think about it now and like really look back to where I used to be a year ago, and I really have seen there's huge growth in me. I mean, not just from what you just said and everything, but just mentally, I'm so much more better. So,
All right, how would you describe what you do now?
as in, can you elaborate on that?
Everything. Everything. Let's look at your health, your career. Like, are you still doing the same job then? Are you still drinking like then? Do you still have the same mindset around how you take care of your body as then? Do you still have the same mindset how you work through things and I hate life and I don't want to be like, let's look from then to now. What's your progress in your different categories look like?
So, number one is my awareness. My awareness is up a lot more, and I think that's the biggest key is the awareness. When the awareness is up, you're aware that everything is what's going on around you, and I'm being able to catch the things that make me depressed and decide that no, no, you're not going to do that to me, and just kind of just shove that whatever's making me depressed aside because depression isn't real. And same thing with anxiety, even though there's a couple of times when I go, what if? But I need to, like I did on at one point this week last, I did a bunch of what ifs, and Johnny had to call me out on it, and those aren't real. So, I'm not working my old job because it's a toxic, shitty relationship that I didn't want. Um, I really should do a testimonial. I'm definitely a lot healthier. I'm still sore, but I'm getting stronger.
You've also had some pretty big standout moments too. I want to just kind of call out some stuff that, like, you know may not be the most shining star stuff to say, but it's like a real testament to your strength and your courage. Is when we met, you were not confident. Is that fair to say?
Yes, absolutely,
Yeah.
100%.
No confidence. And you were definitely not the kind of guy who would stand up to somebody like aggressively. You just wouldn't do that. You were picked on by a lot of assholes in your life, and people have taken advantage of you pretty damn hard. And so you had your defenses set up to be taken advantage of. And people would. And they did at your work, they did in your personal life, they did. People took advantage of you. I have seen you stand up to some of the toughest guys in the group. Like, I have seen guys who are having a moment or going through some stuff. I've seen, like, with Luke or with Craig or with any of the guys who are like the strong eights who are like, I'm ready to argue with somebody today. And you be able to go, hey man, chill it out, look at it a different way. Look at this. And like people go, all right, fair enough. Okay. I have watched you stand up to the biggest, toughest dudes that we've got and like do well. This is something that the old you would never, ever in a million years dream of doing.
Nope. If past me were to look at future me, like right now, I would have been like, fuck no. There's no way in hell I would end up like that ever. But, yeah, so.
Just a big testament to you, man. I'm really super proud of you. Really am. Like, this year has been a good year. You've been putting in the work and it shows. You got a job that is way better than your old one. You do something that's worth being proud of, because not very many people will ever do the job that you do. It's very scary and difficult. And found you found your confidence. You can stand up to guys who are much stronger than you and have no problem having that conversation, which is awesome. You're working on your mind and your body together, showing your combined health, which is awesome. I've even heard you working on your voice training and working on like changing the tone in your voice to be taken more seriously. And it's noticeable. Guys are like, I've had people who've heard you before go, who's talking? Because it doesn't sound like old you. That's pretty awesome, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Congrats, Honey Badger. This has been a good year. I didn't know we were coming up on a year already, man. Kind of flew by on us, this one, huh?
Yeah, I did.
Let me get a yeah, Pickles.
Very proud of you, man. Good job. Good year. Good year. I like that. That's your testimonial, by the way. You were just doing it. Thank you for that.
Okay. Put that on YouTube.
You got it. Good morning, warriors. Good morning. Good morning. Anybody got any things that we got to go and lock shields on, or can we just get into some cool conversation? You guys tell me what we got. Either way, it probably leads the same direction.
Oh, I want to share something that happened recently.
Yeah, what do you got, bro?
It's a quick story, but so Sunday went over to the daughter's house, the oldest daughter, visited with the grandbaby, and sitting down having some barbecue outside. Nice day, beautiful day, and then all of a sudden, boom! Something not good pops in my head, and it out of just nowhere. And I'm just like, what the heck is that? I'm like, whatever you are, yeah, and not today. It ain't happening today. I mean, like literally after I felt that, I was like, I'm gonna get up and leave. It was like, cool. Rest of the day was fine. So what we're getting here, the tools, everything is just, you know, it's life changing. You know, it's making me feel confident to be able to stretch myself and do more things that would have scared me in the past or give me anxiety or panic or whatever. So thank you.
So you're
That's it.
saying that fear tried to creep up on you and you faced it and pushed it
Yep.
down.
Yep.
Yeah, buddy.
It was pretty awesome. It was actually
That-
pretty awesome. I shared that with a few people and I was just like, yeah.
yeah, you
'Cause
took you took your power back, bro.
yeah. Because when I felt it, I was like, wait a second, where, this is all love and family and all that stuff. Where did this come from? And then the next thought was, I'm going to get up and leave because I can't handle this. I'm like,
Mhm.
no, no, no. You know what? Whatever you are, I don't accept you. Bye, Felicia. And I moved on. It was good.
That's awesome. Yeah, because you
Yeah.
recognize your flight mechanism got kicked on, which is like, wait, there's no reason for flight. Well, why is my
Amen.
flight system kicked on? And then you
Yep.
caught it, and you're like, no, 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 no. I'm going to challenge this flight system mechanism. That's not needed. And you turned it off. I don't need that.
Yep. It was pretty sweet too. And it was pretty sweet that day and even today. I mean, I'm smiling from ear to ear right now because it was pretty awesome. Because most of the times when something like that happened, it dragged me up and down the room and kicked my
Mhm.
butt.
I can relate with this. It's kind of awesome. And like you can see once you beat fear, once you faced it and beat him back, you're like, wait, it could tell me there wasn't a thought where you're like, it can't be that easy.
Oh, absolutely. Still is. And I'm
Yeah.
waiting for the next one. I'm actually waiting for the next one. And
Yeah.
I've done a
Almost
couple of things. I've done
looking
a couple
forward
of
to it.
things
Yeah.
over the last couple of days that are challenging. And I got a cop running behind me for like a mile. And I would normally freak out and panic. I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna lose it. I was just like chill. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I mean, I didn't have my seatbelt on, so he could have got me for that. But I'm just like, why did I used to panic? Why did I used to get scared? Why did think of all the million things that could have happened that probably wouldn't have happened, and just said, yeah, it was cool. I was chill. Then I got to where I was going. It was like I went right, he went left. I'm like, cool. What? And then for me, it was just like, why did I let all those times where a cop got behind me? I do everything in my power to get away.
Mhm.
Make a turn, and hopefully he didn't follow me or whatever. But yeah, looking back and seeing and realizing and the tools that we're learning and all that stuff is just it's legit. It's real. You know,
Yeah.
even with my real demon stuff, I'm learning how to cope. I had a good talk with Dr. Phil the other day about this. It was pretty good. So yeah, all around, the the confidence is coming back, and
Mhm.
the drive and all those things that I didn't know I could get back or have ever again or doubt it.
Yeah, super proud of you, man. With like high honors too. And I remember when we were first talking too, you would be like, I can't even drive 5 miles without freaking
Yep.
out. Like you were so
Yep.
scared. And I told you this is fear. Once you learn how to fight him, he's beatable. It's easier than you think. It's just once you figure out the weakness, you're like, wait, that can't be it. I had the same thing with doubt. Doubt had me like riddled for most of my life. You're not good enough. This all came from my dad. My dad tore me down all the time. And so, like, my main male support system was toxic as hell. And so I really was like, no one will ever care about what you're doing. We had a soldier mentality where like we were fodder. We weren't important. We weren't valuable. We weren't special. You're made for the front line. And if you die, you die. Like you're not made to be listened to. You're not made to be heard. You're not made to be valuable in any other way than I'll use you until you're dead. Like that was the mentality that was given to us. And literally I had no value except for like just do stupid jobs because you're told to. And the doubt had me just completely beaten down to where like nobody will ever care about anything I ever have to say. Once I figured out the weakness for doubt, it's hilarious that this thing had me beaten down for so long now that I know how he works. And it's the same for fear. It's the same for excuses. Same for distractions, which is probably the tougher one. It's the same with anger. It's the same with depression. It's the same with these. Once you figure out the weak spot, you go, wait a second. There you are. See you. And then you can beat it. And that's why with fear, I'm so happy that you're like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. It's gotten me down for so long. And then you hit it right. And I'm like, hit it right there. And you're like, okay. And you did it. And you're like, wait,
Yeah.
that's it. And I'm like, yeah, that's it. It's only that tough. And it's cool
Yeah.
when you can go, let me hit you there. And he's like, ah,
It's all bark and no bite, right?
yeah, that's literally, that's a really good way to explain fear is it's all bark.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, like when you get close to it, there's nothing really there.
Yeah.
It's like a,
Oh, one other thing.
Mhm.
Since the last time we talked, which was I think a week ago Tuesday, or not last time, but when I mentioned my medication, I only took it one more time and that was it. I haven't taken it since. So we're probably creeping up here on
like a
about 10
month.
days.
Oh,
And I
is
feel
it?
good.
Oh, way to
Yeah.
go, dude.
Yeah.
You see that? You see that, Mike?
Yeah. Actually, I feel a little less foggy too in the brain.
Yeah.
Waking up earlier. A lot of stuff, things are changing, and I'm like, yeah, I don't need it. I don't need it.
We're
It
beating
wasn't really
anxiety,
doing
bro.
anything.
You're
Yep.
beating your anxiety. You're beating it.
Proud of you, brother. Good job, brother.
Thank you, man. I'm super stoked for next week too. So
Hell yeah. And good job, Dr. Phil. Way to make sure everybody's supported. Well done, man.
yeah, thank you.
That's awesome. All right. So we got confidence going back up. We got anxiety getting beaten back. I'm loving today already. This is a killer day. Anybody else got it? Listen, I want another victory. Anybody else got it? Like, all right, I've been doing this and it's winning. Like I'm getting victories. Anybody else? You know, I'm gonna call.
Yeah, I
somebody.
got a victory.
Yeah, what do you got, Nick?
You know how last night I was kind of in my own headspace?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this morning I decided, you know what? Fuck it. I can't do anything about it right now. I already got men that can help me. Ryan helped me out. He said, put a pin in it. So today, just been listening to upbeat music and just driving on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe we have to fight some of that stuff later, but it's good to be able to go like, let's take it at the pace that we need to. At this point, putting a pin in it is a good choice because you have to learn how to beat the thing. And then I'm putting you in the ring.
Yep.
So right now
And
it's kind of like if you were about to be in like a UFC ring or a boxing ring or something like that, and you find out who your opponent is. Well, as soon as you find out your opponent, you don't just hurry up and get in the ring. You got to train, you watch their videos, you figure out their old fights, you see where their strengths and weaknesses are. And then once you're prepared and you have a strategy to get in the ring with that opponent, that's when you go in and fight. But, you know, you don't go like, all right, you're going to be fighting Perry, go. It's like, that's not how it works. You're going to have to watch all the videos on how did Perry fight and how does he do his thing and the strengths and weaknesses. And you go, okay, now I see what I'm up against here. This is how he lost. Here's how he wins. Now I got a game plan.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing with any of the stuff that we've got for these is it's not denial. You just got to get ready for that fight because it's coming.
Mm-hmm. And that's where it was. He was like, look, man, this is something that you've been fighting for a while. And you know what? I want you to put a pin in it for now because I know you're strong enough to face it, but you don't have the right tools for it right now. I know your brain's one of those ones that likes to dig. The problem is that when you dig, you find something that you're like, oh shit, I wasn't prepared for that. He was like, so go do something that fills your cup. And I'm like, I own it.
Well done. Yeah. And this is a degree of compartmentalization. This is also a good way to use your armor correctly. It's we're not fighting it. It's just that fight day is coming. Let's make sure you got the right stuff for it.
Yeah, right now it's got the until due date written on it in my head.
Perfect.
I'll be back for you, motherfucker. Don't you hurry.
Well done. Good job, Nick. Well
Have a
done,
good
brother.
one.
Yeah, good job, man. I like it. As another victory. I'll take it. Listen, I got to hear, Mike. I've been keeping up on your progress. How you doing with your stuff? You said you've been off of your meds for a little bit, right?
Yeah, thanks, Rick. So what happens now? The withdrawal from the medication makes me feel pretty loopy. I feel almost like I'm tripping. It's kind of fun. It's kind of cool, and it lasts for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then my brain resets. So I'll be a little weird for a while, but yeah, no, I'm totally done with it, man. I'm done with it. I'm done with leaning on my therapist. I'm done with all that stuff, all that shit. Every day I'm gonna feel like I'm getting stronger, and I've got more support than I've ever had before, and I'm ready to yeah, I'm literally days or a week from going back and starting my life all over again.
Well done, man. And I'm really proud of you too for embracing, like, man, this is gonna feel weird for a little bit, but okay. Like that's very awesome, because there's some people like, oh no, I'm feeling loopy, I need to go back because I'm not in it's like, no. I know it's part of the process, and I'm gonna go through it so that way I can reset and be myself. And that's a testament to your evolution already.
Yeah, Chris was talking last night, reminding me about that breathing, the suffocation thing there. Yeah, when it happens again, I've got that thing up my sleeve.
Yeah, what I do with that is do it when it's on your terms. Kind of like, if you're going to practice, like, you don't wait till the game to practice. Like, all right, I'm good, I'm calm, I'm cool. And then practice the breathing like technique to it. And like, you breathe all the way out, hold your nose, and just count to 10 at least. And then breathe in. And if you have to breathe in before that, breathe in. But what this is going to get your heart rate up. It's going to get your body feeling like you're doing cardio, and it'll put you into that cardio mindset, but it's on your terms. And that's the practice of, I'm going to push my fear, but it's in a controlled environment. It's practice. So it's not like holding your head underwater for real. It's not like that. But it's to simulate the idea that I actually have control of this, and it gets your body into a state that this is healthy, not unhealthy. Also, will slow your breathing
I had
down on a regular basis, which is pretty powerful.
Yeah, I was telling Phil and Chris the other night, I had Richard come over and was gonna buy that van from me, but then he backed out, and then we ended up kind of like talking for a couple of hours here, and it was pretty intense. Like, I was not expecting to have a huge venting session, but I made space for him, and he did not buy the van. I'm gonna find some other person to buy the van, and then I'm pretty much out of here. And I didn't really let it get the upper hand on me like I have in the past, where someone is like just unloading, and I just can't bounce back. I can't maintain my center. I was noticing that I was able to stay there and make that space, and just take like the chimera of we were saying about like all the best parts of all the people in the group here, and kind of like use all those parts and have them all kind of like as like little templates and stuff to assist me.
Well done, dude. And so when he unloaded and like dropped his train load of stuff on you, did you like kind of compartmentalize, like, this is your shit, bro, and then I'm gonna delete it when you go? That's awesome, man. Yeah, because I know it in the past it was easy for you to hold on to all that, isn't it?
He's a very complex person, and he got me into the program, so I have like a respect for him. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. So I keep that in mind, as like he helped me to make that step that I needed to make. So I'll always have that respect for him. But now I'm just like, when someone's coming at me with all this stuff, I'm just like, oh my God, like I used to not be able to handle it, just so overwhelming. But now I'm able to deal with it in a kind of compartmentalized way.
You're leveling up, bro. You're leveling up in a bunch of categories. You're getting your warrior spirit back, man.
Mhm.
There's a lot of testament too, even with this therapist thing and stuff that you're working through, and how much like you were leaning on other people so much that you were almost in like this damsel mindset for a long time. It's good to see you go, you know what? No, I can stand on my own here. You know what? I got this. Wait a second. What was I doing?
Yeah. Yeah, and to have, I mean, I think she's sweet and all. She definitely helped me in a lot of ways, and she stood up for me when I really needed someone. Like I called 12 therapists, and she was the only one that called me back. So I'll give her credit for that. But how many times she bailed on me? At least 6 times where I really fucking needed to talk to someone, and then she wasn't there, and I had to go a whole week of this shit in my head and all the spiraling, and then I realized that like when I was in trouble, and then I admitted to it, and yeah, then she was like, "Hey, like this is my policy. I gotta take you off of your slot." And I was like, "Man, like who does that?" It's like fucking A. All right, well, I just cut that tie now. Like anyone who's gonna like back out on me in that kind of way after and not take accountability for how many times she fucking backed out on me, that's unfair.
Yeah, it is. Way to go, man. Way to have some standards. Way to have some value in yourself. I like it.
Yeah.
Well done. Mike. You grow, brother.
Thanks. And I had that friend who Phil referred to as the time hoe there, where I just realized, once I joined this group, it was like I don't have the tools to deal with him anymore. Like, I need to develop those tools if I am to handle somebody in that capacity. So I told him that I'll join the group, and if he has an emergency, he can make that call for help. I will be there, but like just give me some time to work on myself. And then finally the other day I woke up and I was like, I had the mental note that I don't want to suffer anymore. Like I'm done with like the suffering part. I've suffered long enough. And when I had that moment, I first woke up a couple days ago, he messaged me that he finally reached out to you and is going to do a call with you on Friday. And I was like, thank fucking God. He finally took that initiative, and he finally made a call to you, which I've been trying to get him to do for months. So I got you some other person to might get into your program.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I gotta see which one it is. Let's see.
Yeah, his name is Chad.
I see it. 6 o'clock. I got it. Right on, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, I got a few calls on
Yeah.
Friday, so I was like, I don't know which one it is. That's awesome. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Awesome testimonial too, and way to be able to set up another guy to be able to get out of his hell too. Very smart, and man, you are evolving fast. Well done, dude. Well done.
Thanks. Yeah, it's all like serendipitous, and it's all kind of just it's all I'm following like this path, and once you can follow the path, other people will follow your fucking path. You set an example, and other people will follow. They're like, I want that too.
Man, well said too. And this is a testament to all of you guys. This is like developing that alpha mindset. As a lot of the guys in here are doing, we're walking the path. And guys I think a lot of you guys in here, outside of our like personal relationships with our girls who they have a harder time understanding because they panic instead of understand. But the men in our life are like, bro, what are you doing? Like you're walking different, man. You're talking different. Like you seem like your energy is totally different about you. Like, what's going on with you, man? What are you doing? And like, I'm taking my power back. I'm doing the work. I'm working on me for real. And this is the difference is like, this is transformation, not information. We're like, no, now you have the tool. Are you going to build with it? We're all building stuff. And you're like, okay, I'm going to start building. And then you start building and people go, wait, you're not just talking, you're building. You're like, I'm doing. And people are like, damn, bro, I've just been reading books. I haven't been doing. And you're like, no, it's different when you do. And it's a testament to the guys in here who are leveling up because they're doing and not just saying, not just reading, not just listening, doing. And you're walking the path, and people will follow people who are going somewhere. And it's a testament to each one of us in here is an alpha who has our own pack. There's kids, or there's family, or there's friends, or there's people around who are like, damn, you're going somewhere? Like, I'm going. You're welcome to come, but what I'm doing doesn't require you to. And they go, shit, okay, well, I'll go with you. Yeah, where is it? I'm not going anywhere. I'll follow. And then you become a leader. And it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome to watch guys who are beaten down start to develop leadership. You know, and Mike, you got your ass kicked, and now you're developing your leadership. You know, you see Honey Badger in here. He was beat down, now developing leadership. You see Earl facing his biggest fears and defeating them. This is awesome. Like, such a testament. Even learning the compartmentalization that you did with somebody unloading on you, which is difficult for us to deal with, and saying, no, I'm going to take all your shit you're saying. I'm going to put it in this bin right here. And then when you leave, I'm throwing that in the garbage. That's your shit. That's none of it's my shit. This is your shit. And being able to even have that level of awareness shows a testament to your strength. Same with Nick going, this needs a pen. I'll get to this later, and not have to freak out about it. It's a testament to you guys being able to get stronger and how to handle things. It doesn't matter what the things are. And that's awesome. I'm super proud of all you guys. This is a good day. I like this start. Listen, we're just going to turn Thursday into you guys just celebrating. Well done, Mike. Keep going, man. Keep doing the work. Keep doing this. Go ahead.
Those things are going to keep coming. You know, it's like there's no end to those things keep coming. So, you know, it's like every day we put in all this, you know, training and fighting. It's like I had that thought. I was like, oh, if I just do this and this and this, I'm going to be good. But it's like, no, you're training, like, it never fucking ends. You're always going to have these obstacles coming. Yeah. What's the next one? What's the next one?
Yeah, it's not that they stop. It's just we get better at dealing with them. That's why I say, like, with Doubt, I'll have coffee with Doubt and laugh with him now. But that guy had me, like, head on the ground for years. All right. My girl's leaving. All right, love you.
Love you. Andrea, stop harassing Rick.
But no, it's testament, brothers, to being able to level up your own ability to be able to go, you know what? I'm not going to be ruled by this anymore. I will fight back against whatever things are trying to stop me. And it's good, man. It's good also to have the resources here where like, you know, we'll see too, Mike. I don't know if you've ever thrown a call sign up, but if you ever like, man, I'm drowning today. Do you think we would just be like, whatever, we'll see you next Tuesday?
No.
Right? It's a testament to the brotherhood and for guys to be able to look out for each other. If any of you guys are having a day, we talked about this the last couple trainings that we did. Like, it's tough for guys, especially because we've been on our own for so long, to reach out when we're struggling. You know, and there's a lot of things. We've talked about this in multiple trainings. Like, why do we not ask for help? And it's a pretty big thing to be able to go, like, wait a second. If I like say, hey, you need backup, I'm not going to get judged and ridiculed and made fun of and called a bitch and like all of the things that we went through that people are saying, like, you can't handle your shit or whatever. It's like, no, having a few of us work on the car makes it get done faster. A few of us work on the building makes it safer. A few of us working as a team makes us stronger. What are you talking about? We're weak and a bitch and bullshit. And then we start looking at the people who told that stuff to us. And these are people who aren't going to help you anyways, which is really funny that we change ourselves for these people's opinion, and or are taking advantage of us. And that's who we're changing ourselves for. It's like, no, I'm going to team up with my boys because we would kick some ass together. If I do it your way, I'm fucked.
Mm-hmm.
But like our brothers here, it's like, man, I need some help. Like, I got you, bro. What do you need? We're all good at serving. Real men are givers. This is where like society is like, men are pieces of shit. We're like, are you looking at what we do? We work and give. We provide a service for somebody so we can give the results to other people. Nobody's noticing that. How often have you guys really had, like, if you were married or in a relationship that was working, or with your kids or whatever, they're like, hey, I need a few bucks, and you're like, I need a dissertation as to exactly what these dollars are going towards. No, most of us guys are like, I don't give a fuck. Here's $20. Get out of here. Like, we don't even bat an eye at it. But I'll tell you right now, the other way around is very different. What do you need the money for? Like, whatever the fuck I want. Nope, you're gonna have to do a PowerPoint presentation for these $12. It's very rare. Andrea is pretty good about it. She, like, anytime I'm like, hey, can I get a few bucks? She's like, it's fine. Like, we go back and forth. We don't have that thing, but it's definitely I've had in my past, and I've seen in multiple relationships it can be an issue. Am I saying always? No. But it does seem what's yours is mine and what's mine is mine seems to be part of a societal push. In any case, that's just me maybe
I think
going off.
I'll say it's 95% of the time. I'll say it.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Phil. Yeah, it seems more of a societal push, and it's backfiring because some ladies are pushing back against it. Like, that's not right. We shouldn't do that. So I'm not going to be, it's not absolute, but it does seem like it's more societal. In other cultures, when I work with people across the globe, like, it's not the same culture. And so it's probably more a Western thing than anything else. So it's pretty tough. It's tough for us to have to, like, go into the dating world like this, where it's like, I give, but not appreciated. And, that needs to be changed a little bit. So I will say there are women who are advocating for, like, no, we have to treat, our sons and our guys and our men with more respect, considering they are givers naturally and we are takers naturally. And I'm glad to see there is some shift there, but it's going to take quite a while, because you're not wrong, Phil. It's a majority that's the other way. How much money does he make? And I need that. different culture stuff, different things. All right, I'm not going to rant on that way. That goes in the weeds. I'm just testament to you guys finding your standards, testament to you guys knowing your value, testament to you guys going, you know what? I don't have to sacrifice myself for somebody else's stuff. Like, it's a testament to you guys holding boundaries, knowing your non-negotiables, and understanding, like, I can stand up for what I believe in and not have to feel ashamed for it. It's a pretty awesome thing to see. Good job, guys. All right, what do you got, Earl? I saw you unmuted, man.
It's what's mine is mine, and what his is mine. That's what I'm used to.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah. What's yours? That's mine. And what's mine? That's mine.
Okay. I thought you said what's mine and mine, and what's kind of like splitting it. Like, we didn't share anything.
Yeah.
I misheard you. Sorry about that.
You're good, man. It's all right. I talk fast. It's all good. Well done, guys. Good stuff. What do you got, Perry?
Well, this is actually something kind of happened last night, and since we're sharing wins and whatnot. When I first met you, I had that serious, like, doubt, I had that imposter syndrome, like I didn't belong, nobody would want to listen to what I got to say, this, that, and the other. And it's one of those things I'm starting to realize. I've realized that I have more to offer. Especially when it comes to, like, coaching or competing and stuff like that. I've realized that I actually have, like, knowledge that's worth passing on, that I can use to help people, and I can use to actually help myself as well. And it's given me more confidence in myself. It's given me more. It's eliminated that doubt. I was having a conversation with somebody last night about Static Monsters later on this year, and like they even told me, the way I'm talking about it this year is completely different than last year. Last year I was kind of tiptoeing around it, and this year I told them, this is what I'm gonna do. It's in November. This is what's gonna happen. And it's kind of cool, because, like, I just, like, with working with you and Chris, and then helping other guys around the gym and stuff like that. It's not only shown me that I have more to offer people around me, but I also have more to offer myself too. You know, like I didn't realize just like what my worth was. You know, and it's been really cool. So I wanted to share that because like that, not doubting myself. You know, I'm walking around more confident, and as a result, I'm working on getting healthier. I'm working on trying to build out a little bit more as far as like coaching goes, stuff like that. I never would have done that had it not been for you and the Warriors Way and everything you're doing. So, it's a testimony and also a thank you.
Yeah, it's an honor,
Hey,
brother.
Hey Perry, sorry, Rick. I want to tell Perry something because
What's up,
we
brother?
came in at the same time. Boy, you've been such an inspiration. I think you probably leveled up more than any of us in our group and faster. So it's been like, wow, I want to get what Perry got. So you do got a lot to offer, brother. You learned quick and you applied those things, and it just motivated me to say, shoot, I want to get to where Perry's at. And so thank you, brother, for leveling up so quickly and showing us the way.
Got me over here getting emotional, dude. Thank you. All I can say is thank you. Love you, dude. That's all I can say, man. I don't know what else to
You're
say.
good. You
Got me
love
over
you
here,
too,
got
bro. You
me-
don't gotta say nothing, man. Love you too.
That's awesome. Yeah. It's a testament, man. Even if you just look at multiple categories, like your anger, where even your ranking was before we met, your mindset towards competing. If you look at the way that you were a father, if you look at the way that you had, handled like your work day or the people around you, like look at even the X and the dragons that you've had to slay in order to have control in your life again. Like it's in every category, you have leveled up. You're working on your health. You've already lost what, like 20 pounds, 30 pounds? How much have you lost?
22 pounds right now.
22 pounds between 20 and 30. That's huge. You're on this path where like every category is better. Health, wealth, love, happiness, everything's moving the right direction. You're doing better with your own personal goals. You're transitioning from my old job into my new career or my passions. You're evolving in front of us, and people don't understand it in the middle of it. And they'll see in a year or 2 years, like, fuck, how did you get there, man? You're in the top 20 strongest people in the world. You're running your own thing. You look like a movie star. It's like, what the fuck? You're doing your own thing. People are hiring you from across the globe, and you're helping people all over the place. Like, man, how did you get there? And you're like, you wouldn't believe the evolution when I was sitting in a trash truck changing who I am. You wouldn't understand it when I was coming in front of your house and taking out your garbage, that this guy was evolving to be that guy. You wouldn't know. And people don't know what it's like before you get there. They only see the end results, but they don't know. And this is where I can even, connect with you on this. People are like, man, you just blew up overnight. Your TikTok, wow, you just came out of nowhere. I'm like, you weren't there for the 5 years of getting my ass kicked that made me turn into this guy. You weren't there when I was working at Verizon, or when I was in Just a Mile a Day and we were making only like $800 that month. You weren't there. You weren't there when Andrea's supporting me because we've got this big dream and vision that's just not coming off the ground yet. You weren't there. You weren't there with the humility of she's got to take care of the bills this month because like this just isn't grabbing yet. You weren't there. The humility that I had to go through, the stuff that I had to get into to where like I don't look at someone and go, I'm better than. I know what bottom looks like. And so I don't go like, oh man, you're at bottom, you need to get your shit together. No, I know what that feels like. And if someone would have told me that shit, I've been, fuck you. Like, no, I go like, I know what that spot is. Grab my hand. I got you, bro. But I had to go through that 1,500 days of just getting my ass kicked in order to become the type of warrior I am now. And people are like, you're the nicest warrior I ever met. I'm like, that's only because you haven't gone into combat with me.
You don't have any idea how much violence it took to be this calm.
Yeah. Well, also, like, because you've gone into battle, like, you'll be like, this is my biggest fear. Do you ever see me flinch? On battle day, I don't even flinch.
No, I've never seen you flinch on any of us. No matter what we throw, no matter what's happened, I've never seen you back down. You've never even hesitated. You know, it's just straight fighting. It was awesome to whenever we were tearing my shit apart, just to watch that fail. Only because I was anxiety and fear, you know, self doubt, all of it, and just to watch that veil just like fall as we tore through it. It was really cool, you know. Finally, for lack of a better way to put it, finally see the light. You know, like I could actually see, you know, I have potential. You know, like I have the knowledge, I have the ability to do this stuff. You know, and before I didn't see it. You know, I had no idea. You know, I was just some decently strong fat dude that didn't have anything to offer nobody. You know, that's all I saw myself as. Now that's not the case.
Yeah, man, such a good testament, man. You're the man. You're awesome, dude. I'm super proud of you too. I'm proud of all of you guys. This is awesome.
Great job,
You know-
Perry. I love your
What
heart.
you
brother.
just said, Rick? I met Flojo. Remember here, Florence Griffith Joyner? She won the silver in '84. I know I'm no amazing myself, but I met her when I was a kid, and I said something to her, and she says she basically responded the way you just did. You didn't see all the work I put in to get to here to the Olympics, or to win what I won at the Olympics. And nobody saw that. They thought I was just an overnight success, and it's true. We don't see all the stuff, all the work being put in behind the scenes. So, you know, it just kind of, you know, backs up exactly what you just said. That was a long time ago that this woman told me that. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. And this is a testament I want you guys to remember too. You guys are in evolution right now. Things are transforming, they're changing, and people won't understand what that is right now. They won't understand it. And they're not supposed to. It's okay if they don't. They don't understand, but it's part of the story that makes you what you are as far as a warrior. We have to come out of the fucking muck. We have to. It's part of our leadership, and the road to leadership is paved with shit. And each one of us is an alpha with our own packs, or we will have our own pack. So this is where the alphas convene. We all get stronger together. And then when we break, you've got your own groups or your own potential groups, your family or your kids or whatever your life is. You've got your people where you are a guide, or you give advice, or you help out, or you support, or you are uplifting, you're encouraging. And if we can make sure we stay in that leadership mindset, like my goal here is to support and help provide the ability for other people to be lifted up. That's why we all convene. But it's not here because we got to do Rick's group. No, this is our group. It's a lot more like Camelot in this thing. I just know stuff that I want to teach you so you can go and teach others. You're all pack leaders. All I'm doing is saving you about 2 decades of research so you guys can get it before you guys have to read 50 more books this year. So you go, oh, okay, those are the bullet points I needed for myself. I'm just saving you a couple decades. So it's pretty awesome. It's a testament to go, people don't understand the shit we have to go through to lead the way that you guys are going to. They'll only see the end result, like Earl just said. You guys won't know. They won't know that how did Perry become like one of the top, you know, strongmen trainers that you like people are trying to come from all over the world to train with. Like in the next year or two, they're gonna be like, man, he's the man. He came out of nowhere. Big. No, I remember he was eating out of his pink Tupperware in a garbage truck. You guys weren't there for that. You guys were there. Yeah, he's a champ now, but you weren't there when he was, you know, what was it like Clubber Lang in the fucking basement, you know, punching fucking the wall with a mattress or some shit. You guys weren't there for that. You know, where he's like, you see the champ working out in this multi-million-dollar gym, and this guy's in his fucking basement. You guys aren't there for that. And I think this is the part where if we're like, man, I'm really in a tough spot. Man, this is really difficult. Man, I got to pull myself out. Testament to the type of leader you are going to be.
You know, one thing while we're here, we're giving praise to people. Talking about when we weren't there for something. see if I can do this without being emotional. Nobody was there after I tore my calf at that contest. I'm sitting in the hallway crying, and Phil comes out and sits down next to me, puts his hand on my shoulder, and says, "It'll be all right, man." I was fuck. It was 16 weeks of training. I was heartbroken and devastated. And that fucking guy walked out in that hallway. He pulled up a fucking chair, put his hand on my shoulder, and said, "It's gonna be all right, man." We sat there for 5 minutes, and in that moment, that's when I decided I wasn't gonna let an injury be a loss. Because he told me he was gonna be all right, and I was like, you know what? He's fucking right. You know? And that's when that loss turned into a learning experience, turned into an opportunity. If I hadn't torn my calf, I wouldn't have decided to lose 22 pounds or 50 pounds. If that kind of shit hadn't happened, and Phil hadn't told me it's going to, I can still fucking hear it. I hear it all the time. It's gonna be all right. Him and that fucking flipper. Great. It was a defining moment in my life, and if Phil didn't realize at the time, not only was that a core memory for me, but it was a turning point, and he was pivotal in it. So we're giving praise. I'm telling that motherfucker right now, thank you.
I'll go in with Perry or with Dr. Phil.
I'm all emotional, Pear. Damn it.
Well, let's
Thank
look
you.
at it. You guys know Dr. Phil. You guys know Phil. Phil, where were you a year ago? We're on our 1 year. We're coming up on our year. Where were you a year ago versus now where you're pulling, champions out of their own fucking garbage? Like, where were you a year ago?
I was in total despair, guys. I was a total wreck. I poured everything into a relationship that I had, and it all turned on me. And I stayed in it for longer than I needed to because I was trying to help. And I was at a complete loss. Everything was dogpiled on me. I had no sense of direction. And then I found this place where it allowed me to grow and have guys that I can actually open up to and trust. So, Perry, when I hear stuff like that from you, man, thank you.
I'm going to give Phil a little testimony of my own. Phil and I first talked, and I just told him, here's what we're doing, and here's what we're doing. And like, I gave him a little bit of advice and then kind of sent him on his way because he's like, I can't afford your program, man. I'm like, fair enough, dude. Can't afford it. He's like, I can't afford this. I can't. I'm like, all right, cool. No problem. We'll keep in touch. What Phil did afterwards, which was really a testament to his fighting spirit, was he would still show up on our lives. And his whole job was to hit the like button like anywhere from 50 to 100,000 times just so that the videos would go. And he wasn't part of the group. He wasn't part of anything. He was just a guy who just came in and he's like, I'm going to support the shit out of you guys. And he just would come in and we'd be like, hey, Phil. And he's like, doop, 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 just hammering the like button. And we would just see, Phil likes, Phil likes, Phil likes. It just keeps showing up. And then we started using Phil as our cheerleader. Phil's trying to get to 50,000 likes, guys. Don't let him do it alone. Like, help Phil out. And so then we would see like the numbers go up for everybody's helping Phil get to 50,000. And then we had one, we went over 100K with Phil. Everybody's just cheering on for Phil. And I was like, man, this guy is definitely putting in the work. And this wasn't just like one time. This was like, we had like a lot of lives. We went on a lot back then. And Phil was just in there just supporting, not a part of the group. He wasn't a part of anything. He wasn't in with us. He was not one of us. He was just a dude. And I was like, man, your hard work and dedication. I gave him my charity spot because like in each group, I have one guy who can't afford it, who would do the work. And so I have one guy that I put my skin in the game for. So when we talk about skin in the game, like we all have to do it, including myself. I am not excluded from like, I have to put skin in the game in too. And so I'll pay for one dude who's just, I can't afford it, but I would fight for my brothers for anything, but I do not have any money. And I'm like, I pay for one. I do the skin in the game also. I don't ask anybody else to do something I don't do. And so one guy is my guy in every group. That's it. And it's super rare. There's a waiting list of dudes that did not make it. I picked one dude. And Phil was my guy for that group. For that group, Phil was my guy. Like I'm putting in for Phil. And he earned his spot. And in that, Phil did the work. Phil went from a guy who we don't know to a guy who is a cheerleader for us, to a guy who was our charity in that group, to a guy who's done so much work on himself and has shown up for everybody over and over again that he pushed himself into a leadership spot. Now he runs the nighttime group. So now Phil is the guy is like, if you need to be with somebody, you don't want to be isolated, because the number one thing that we've seen for guys that comes in with suicide is isolation, complete isolation. Well, if you know that you can just reach out and come and join in with the guys, and Phil's running a hangout group, and you don't have to be alone, that has made it. And just as a testament to Phil, I used to have to take the suicide calls in the middle of the night. If a guy was like, I'm sitting next to my gun right now, I'm ready to fucking end it, I had to take those calls. And it was me. It has to be me. I take those calls. Since we've created the nighttime group where you don't have to be alone and you can joke with guys who care about you, since Phil has been doing this group, I have not had any of these calls happen, because guys have somewhere they can go and you're not alone. They have a place where guys are like, man, somebody cares, and I don't have to just fight this by myself. There's a place where you can find that you have value and purpose, and you're worth being there for. So it's a testament to Phil, this guy who was nobody, who was no money, no chance, no fucking, by himself. You were on 75 medications, and now it's way less. You've worked through so many parts of yourself. And I can honestly say, this is a brother of mine. He slept at my place 2 days ago. Like, Phil is the man. And so, a testament to Phil, he is now in our leadership. He has helped both men and women in both groups. And Phil has been really leveling himself up this year. This has been quite a year for Dr. Phil. And so, super honored, man. It's a testament to you. And this year has been a huge evolution for you, from that guy who's like, I got nothing, to a guy who's like, now you're helping pull people out of hell, and you're helping champions find their way. It's fucking awesome, dude.
Thank you, Rick. That means the world to me. I just can't talk because I'm crying.
It's all good, brother. Proud of you guys. We make a lot of references to the way that we do stuff around here. We say, this is hard. It's not easy. This is difficult stuff. And I've asked almost every guy in here, and I know, David, you're about to go in starting next week. Like, we ask guys to do hard things. And so we're going to go into training soon. And I got some stuff on the list where you're like, oh, fuck, dude. Sucks. I'm like, I know. But it sucks, but there's a reason for it. And when we say this, like, that's the way it's done, man. That's why we say this is the way. It's like, yeah, you got to face this thing. Yeah, Earl, you got to face your fear. You know, like fucking Perry, you got to face your limitations and have your humility. Phil, you're going to have to get way out of your comfort zone. Pickle, you're going to have to go against the toughest parts of yourself that holds you down. Like, each guy in here has a battle, a different thing. Bo takes on all of our energy and has to figure out how to fucking survive through that shit. Like, he's got to figure these. We all have these crazy battles that are going on. We got guys beating anxiety in here. Perry, Mike, fucking Earl, like, you guys are beating anxiety. I'm getting off of medication. I don't need that anymore. That's powerful. Phil, you got off of your medication on that shit. Like, I don't need that anymore. This is the way. We're looking at guys that it works. Like, man, this shit works. It's not about information. This is transformation. We really do the work. Working. And it's a testament to not only the Warriors way, but the Warriors in it. And I'm proud of you guys. Super proud. Like, it's an honor. It truly is. So I'm very honored to go into battle with you guys and continue going into battle with not just you, but with new guys too. We got a lot more work ahead of us, guys, to be able to have a lot more success stories. We got a lot more guys that we got to get involved. We need more success stories. And there's guys out there that are sitting next to guns right now. And we have to do our part to make sure they know they're not alone. Guys who are going through tough stuff. And it's a testament to the guys that you see there's guys going through divorces, guys who are losing everything, guys who are hitting rock bottom, and you see them going, there's still hope for me because I have you guys. We are that, but we are all leaders. And in the future, by this time next year, we're all going to be helping so many more people that you're going to go, damn, I never saw this coming. And they'll be saying, you're the success story. And you're like, all I did was just try to help out some guys. Cool, brothers. So yeah, when it comes to the tough stuff, that's the tough roads that we have to walk. This is the way. Good job, brothers. If you guys need anything message today, I got a couple openings that I got to run the women's group, and then we got a few things that we're setting up for this week. But if you guys need anything, reach out. But super, super proud, super honored, and I'm very thankful for today. Thank you guys for like making this like a great start. It's awesome. All right, Ty, what does everybody have to do?
Like and subscribe.
Later, Warriors.
See you.